So far we have dealt with present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and now we are going to discuss something about future perfect tense. That means we are going to discuss more about future perfect tense, and especially the positive, negative and questioning patterns in the future perfect tense. Okay students? In our previous classes we already discussed that this is the required structure for future perfect tense. What is the structure? Correct. The structure is subject plus will plus have plus V3. This is our required structure for future perfect tense. Based on this structure, I would like to frame an example. Rupa will have written a novel. So this is my example now. Actually, if you would like to ask me to give more information about the sentence that I jotted down, I can give the sentence in this manner. I can say that Rupa will have written a novel by 2019. Okay, this is my extra information that I am providing in my sentence. Which year is now? This is 2016. Or I might take, Rupa might take 1 year extra. That's Rupa will have written a novel by 2017. By 2017, she must have completed writing the novel. This states in that manner. Okay, the meaning for the actual sentence is that now Rupa has started writing a novel. By 2017, she will have finished writing the novel. Okay, so it implies the exact meaning. But as of now, for our comfortability, I would like to shorten my sentence and I would like to take only half of my sentence to construct. So Rupa will have written a novel. Till here I am going to take. That means I am not mentioning any time period. In fact, I am only mentioning about the verbs that we are going to deal. Okay, so that's why I have stopped till novel. In fact, students, I say this is my positive sentence. This is my positive statement I have given in the future perfect tense. And from this positive statement, I have to construct my negative statement, right? So to construct that, first of all, let me clarify what structure does this follow. So this has got a structure, and this positive sentence, what structure does it follow? Let us deal. Rupa, what is Rupa? It's a subject plus will plus have plus V3. So this is the actual structure. Do we have the same structure on the top? Yes, this indicates that future perfect tense structure and future perfect tense positive sentence structure is quite same. So this structure is equal to this structure. That means future perfect tense is equal to future perfect tense positive sentence. Okay, now I would like to convert this positive sentence into negative sentence. Alright, how can I do that? Simply by adding not. We know that we are supposed to add not in the sentence, then automatically the sentence gets converted into a negative sentence. So for my comfortability, I am adding not in a required place. I started writing like this: Rupa will have not written a novel. So I say Rupa will have not written a novel, and I also can write Rupa will not have written a novel. Can you see these two sentences? Can you see the place value of not? Yes, the place of not is quite changed in both the sentences. Now which of the sentences is correct? Can you guess? Exactly, this sentence is quite correct. Why? Because the structure that we are supposed to follow is not has to be placed only after the first helping verb. According to the structure that is provided here, how many helping verbs do we come across? 2 helping verbs. One helping verb is will and the other helping verb is have. So when you come across with these 2 helping verbs, automatically we will be in a confusion where to put not and where not to put not, right? So to clear or to clear our doubt, it's very clear for us that always not has to be placed after the first helping verb. Which is the first helping verb? It's none other than will. Will is the first helping verb. So in my second sentence, not is placed after first helping verb. Then it became Rupa will not have written a novel. So the structure that I am writing is this: subject plus will plus not plus have plus V3. This is my structure for negative sentence. Now when you consider this example, in this example the not is placed after the second helping verb. This is the first helping verb and this is the second helping verb, right? So here, as the not is placed after second helping verb, grammatically this sentence is wrong. In spoken language, out of mistake or out of over anxiety, out of overlook, we tend to speak some errors. That's not so serious, but when it comes to the written part, you have to be very particular about the grammatical mistakes and the structures. So you should follow this particular rule to indicate a negative sentence in future perfect tense. Okay, future itself states that it is will. So you need not to take more exercises or more examples. When you see a sentence with will, automatically it indicates that that particular sentence belongs to the category of future tense. But only thing what you have to focus is whether that statement belongs to simple future, future continuous, or future perfect continuous tense. Only these 4 areas you have to focus on. Okay, that's what we did here. See, when we deal with future perfect continuous tense, we will come across with 3 helping verbs together. They are have been, will have been, 1 plus 2 plus 3. Again there is a lot of confusion there in that area. But now we have come across with only 2 helping verbs. As many helping verbs as they are, don't worry about them. You have to use not only after the first helping verb. That's what you have to remember. Okay, let the helping verbs be hundreds and hundreds in the sentences, but you don't bother about them. But what you have to worry is only you have to take care of the placing of not after the first helping verb. That's what we did. So according to the structure, this sentence is wrong, and according to the structure, this given second sentence is correct. So this is our exact structure. So students, I hope this is very easy for you now to identify a positive and a negative sentence respective to future perfect tense. Now let's do something with some questioning sentences. Okay, some questioning sentences. For this I would like to take the example again. Rupa will have written a novel. This is my positive sentence. Now from this, if with your permission, I would like to transfer this sentence to little bit up so that we can have a lot of place here. It's something like Rupa will not have written a novel. I have transferred my sentence to the top position and I gave the structure like will plus not plus have plus V3. This is my structure, and I also would like to transfer my second sentence to little bit ahead, that's to this area. Now Rupa will have written a novel. Now this is my required information. In fact, this is my positive sentence and this is my negative sentence, and from the positive sentence I derivated negative sentence. Even now also from the positive sentence I am going to derive a positive question. So students, we have been discussing since we are dealing with simple tenses that whenever you convert a positive sentence into a questioning sentence, you have to just interchange the places, right? That's the same rule we have to follow here, but you should be in a bit confusion how many verbs has to be brought to the first position, right? No doubt we are going to take this word to the second position, no doubt in that, but only the confusion arrives only in this part. How many words? We think that these two are same verb, but these are two different words. Always will is treated as the first verb and have is treated as a second verb. You keep the have in its place as it is. What you have to do is, you have to take the will position, means you have to interchange the positions of the word will and Rupa, means the helping verb and the subject, right? When you interchange the places of the helping verb and subject, automatically a rightful question format is framed for you. And it doesn't mean that you have to bring the entire verb here. Will have Rupa written a novel. No, that is not correct. So it's something like will have Rupa written a novel. Can you see here? Here we have interchanged the places. But what did we do? We brought the total pack here. Rupa occupied its own position as it is. But here we brought the total pack. No, this is not a correct formation of question. You have to only bring only one particular verb, that is will. Always the first helping verb should be exchanged. Okay. So in this aspect, this construction of question is wrong. How many of you speak in this manner? Most of us. Okay, most of us. We are not born and brought up in English here, don't worry. So everyone tend to do mistakes. After all, we are human beings. Human beings tend to do mistakes. But the greatest part with human beings is they have great attitude to learn new things and to correct their mistakes. That's what we do. So it's not a issue. So what you have to do, the correct formation of question is this. Since will is the beginning verb, beginning helping verb, will's place has to be changed, but not have's place. Okay. So bring the will here. Will. Then change the place of Rupa. Rupa. Now again, as it is, you have to bring have and the remaining part of the sentence down as it is. Only these two places has been interchanged. The respective words places, the first and second respective words places have been interchanged, but not the rest of the words of the sentence. Okay. So Rupa will got converted into will Rupa, and the remaining sentence has to be brought as it is. Will Rupa have written a novel? Will Rupa have written a novel? This is very simple, right? So it's not much difficult for us even to frame questioning sentences with the most complicated area, that is future perfect tense. Most of us doesn't know that that particular tense belongs to the future perfect tense. Most of us get confused about it. But as of now, as in the previous classes we discussed about our tenses and the structures of tenses, now it has become very easy for us to identify what is a future perfect tense and what is a future perfect continuous tense, right? So if you understand this rule, it also can be applicable for the continuous tenses even, perfect continuous tenses also. The only thing what you have to focus is interchanging of the rightful word. If there are two verbs, always go for the first mentioned verb. If there are three verbs, always go for the first mentioned verb. Okay students, now I hope you have already understood the procedure of converting a positive sentence into a question. Now I hope it is also very easy for you to frame a structure for this. Shall we frame a structure? Okay. Now the structure for this is will plus subject plus have plus V3. So this is the required structure for the question pattern in future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect tense. Okay. Once again, shall we recollect what we have discussed so far? Students, according to the sentence, we have framed a positive sentence like this. Rupa will have written a novel. When it is framed like this, it is very easy for us to convert a positive sentence into a negative sentence. How a negative sentence can be created using a positive sentence? By means of adding not to the positive sentence. But here in the previous sentences there were only single verbs that are mentioned, single helping verbs. But as of now in this future perfect tense, there are two helping verbs mentioned, that is will and have. Here the confusion part takes place. We are very much worried where to include not, whether it is after have or after will. Remember one thing, you have to add not only after the first helping verb, first mentioned helping verb. What is the first mentioned helping verb as per the sentence? It's will. So add not beside will. Then it becomes Rupa will not have written a novel. Okay. Then how can you convert the positive sentence into a questioning pattern? Just by interchanging the places of the first two mentioned words. What are the first two mentioned words? One is the subject and other is the helping verb. Again here we have a lot of confusion. We have got two helping verbs. In those two helping verbs, try to focus on the first mentioned helping verb. Ignore the second helping verb. Okay. Now bring the first helping verb to the subject's position and bring the subjects to the helping verb's position. Then will Rupa have written a novel? The existed sentence is this. The remaining part of the sentence has to be copied as it is. Then finally it became will Rupa have written a novel. So as a result the structure formed is will plus subject plus have plus V3. So these are the respective positive, negative and questioning patterns of sentences based on the singular subject for future perfect tense. So students, now we are going to discuss about the future perfect tenses, positive, negative and questioning sentences for plural subject. Okay, right. Is there anyone, can you give me a plural subject here? Can anyone name a plural subject? All right. Can I go with they? Okay, instead of they, I would like to take these boys this time, because we have done many examples with they, that, she, he, it. We haven't done any examples with the subject these boys. Okay, these boys. Now I would like to take the example subject as these boys and my combination of the verb that I am mentioning here is, as usual, it is return, right? These boys will have written a novel. Dear students, this is my framed example with the subject these boys. What sort of subject is this? Is it a singular or plural? Correct, it is a plural subject. Why is it a plural subject? Because more than one person is mentioned in my subject. So I state this is a plural subject. So these boys will have written a novel. This is in the future perfect tense. What indicates a future perfect tense? It is will have. The combination of will have plus V3 performs the future perfect tense. And obviously I state that this is my positive sentence. Now I would like to convert this into a negative sentence. What should I do here? You are right, I supposed to place not. But where should I supposed to place not? Okay, before placing the not, let me count the number of helping verbs that I have got in my sentence. Okay, this is 1 and this is 2. And as usual, I am always supposed to play not after my first helping verb. What is the first helping verb? Will. Very good. Now, shall I place the not here? Very good. Now, then it becomes these boys will not have, I would like to change this. Okay, will not have written novels. My example is this. These boys will not have written novels. Now, is it correct? Yes, it is correct. Why is it correct? Because it is not is placed after the first helping verb and between the first and second helping verbs. Okay, then in this aspect it is correct. Now, what sentence is this? You are right, it is a negative sentence. Now, as we have already framed the negative sentence, I think it's not much difficulty for us to give the structure for this. Is it clear? Very good. So, the structure for is this again, these boys stands for the subject plus will plus not plus have plus V3. So, this is the required structure for the given negative sentence. Okay. Once again, a positive sentence can be converted into negative sentence, and here I took the help of the plural subject, that is these boys. With the help of these boys, positive sentence, I constructed a negative sentence by adding not after the first mentioned helping verb, that is will. So, automatically I got my sentence as these boys will not have written novels. Now, see the magic. I just closed not. Can you read this? These boys will have written a novel, written novels. What sentence is it now after closing not? Correct, it is a positive sentence. Now, I removed my hands. Now, it has become a negative sentence. Why? We can see not very clearly in the sentence. So, it has become a negative sentence. So, students, from this it's very clear that it's not too hard to learn English. It's very easy to learn grammar, right? Okay. And let us deal with the formation of question with the positive pattern. Once again, I would like to copy the above sentence, that is these boys will have written novels. Of course, I have taken only a part of a sentence. I have not taken a very lengthy sentence which got included all the time senses. Okay, I didn't take a sentence with a time sense, but in fact I have taken a sentence to a little extent. That's why I stopped my sentence till novels. These boys will have written novels. This is a positive sentence. Now, it's time for me to convert this into a question. How did we convert the previous question? Very simple. Just we brought the first mentioned helping verb to the subject position and we took the subject to the first helping verb's position. That's what we have to do here. That's the same thing we are following. These boys stands as the subject and will is the first helping verb, okay, and have is the second helping verb. Now we have nothing to do with the remaining part of the sentence from have written novels. We have something to do with only these two particular areas. That means this will takes the place of subject and these boys takes the place of the will. Now you can write it like this. Will these boys have written novels? See how simple it is to frame, right? Will these boys have written novels? Question mark means asking a question. Will these girls have brought cookies? Will these chairs have brought in the furniture shop? So these are certain sentences where we use future perfect tenses. Okay. So I think it's very clear for you to construct a question sentence by means of a positive sentence. When a question is constructed, and it is also very easy for us to construct the structure. From the word sentence itself we can go with the structure. Just split it in the structures. Will. The structure is followed like this. Will plus what is these boys is the subject plus this is have. What is return? Very good, it is V3. So finally, and it should be ended with question mark. Do not ignore to end it with a question mark. Sometimes we forget, but please you don't forget. Okay. Will these boys have written novels? The structure is this. Will plus subject plus have plus V3. I hope the same structure we have got with when we were dealing with the singular subject. That means it's very clear to us that either the subject is singular or plural, the structure that we have to follow is quite same. That's what it is mentioned. Irrespective of the singular or plural subject, the same structure has to be followed. It's something like she will have sung a song or they will have sung a song. Like Rupa will have written a novel. Lord, these boys will have written novels. So these are certain examples where we can play games. Alright. Now let's discuss more deeply about future perfect tense with some other subjects. As these are very important. So it's I, we, you. Wherever you go, we follow you. There's a saying, right? The same way, wherever we go, I, we, you follows us. So it's compulsory for us that we have to learn something to deal with I, we as well as you. Now with I would like to prepare a positive sentence. When you prepare a positive sentence with I, it is stated in this way. I will have written a novel. Now this is my example. In place of Rupa, I have taken I. Means I changed the subject. Even though I changed the subject, the same structure follows here. Till now we were discussing about singular and plural subjects, right? But now we are discussing about personal pronouns. Those are I, we and you. So with I, my sentence is this. I will have written a novel. In fact, I call this as my positive sentence. And now I would like to construct a negative sentence using this positive sentence. Now, as mentioned earlier, where should I supposed to indicate? Not here. Exactly. That is after my first mentioned helping verb, that is will. So, if I indicate not after will, automatically it becomes I will not have written a novel. Correct? So, it has become this way. I will not have written a novel. Now, the same manner, what's supposed to be focused? It is not. See, when you close not, it has become a positive sentence. When the not is existing here, it has become a negative sentence. See very clearly, it's very clear to us. When you close not, I will have written a novel. It has become a positive. When you are removing your hand from not, now it has become a negative. That means including not it becomes a positive and excluding not it becomes a, including not it becomes a negative and excluding not it becomes a positive. Okay? Right. Now, how can we convert the given positive sentence into question? It's also quite same. Just interchange the places of I and will. You write like this: will I have written a novel? Will I have written a novel? This is very simple, right? Because we already knew the technique and we already knew how many verbs has to be pulled front side and how many verbs has to be pushed back side, especially with the helping verbs. We have got two helping verbs again in this area, will have, and one of the helping verb we pushed it front side and the other helping verb we pushed it to the back side of I. So finally it became a question. The same thing should be done with we also. With we. See, before going to we, let us recollect once again. With I being a subject, my sentence is this for the positive: I will have written a novel. And after converting into a negative sentence, it became I will not have written a novel. And after that, after converting into a questioning sentence, it has become will I have written a novel? So there are different ways for a person to express his views in a positive sentence, negative sentence and a questioning sentence. If you are inquiring something, if you would like to know something which is not known to you, you put a question. Okay. If you don't like a person, we always tend to speak something negative about that person. So in that aspect, we take the help of negative sentences. If you really like a person who is your friend, who is your close, your soulmate, whatever you say, your soulmate, your close friend, your mom, dad, okay. Whenever you speak something about the person whom you like the most, you go with all the positive sentences. Even to express that, you should have the language, right? Even though you have got the language, you should know the structure, you should know the rightful way to express it, to arrange them. You have the pack of words, but the only problem is that you don't know how to use them, how to arrange them in an order. That arrangement only we are learning here, not more than that. Okay, students? Now, it's the zone of we that we are supposed to do now. With we, I would like to go with one more example. We will have written a novel. Now, this is my example. In fact, this is my positive sentence. To convert this into negative sentence, I am just again taking the help of not. And now you should tell me where the not takes place. Very good. It is after will. And why it is after will? Because it is the first mentioned helping verb here. It is the first mentioned helping verb and it is the second mentioned helping. Forget about the subject that we are dealing with. but the same rule we have to follow for each and everything. Okay, so finally we get the sentence like this: we will not have written a novel. This is our actual sentence which got existed in the negative sense. When there is not, it became a negative. When there is no not, it became a positive with the subject we. Now, I think it's not much difficult for us to frame a question with we. Okay, just interchange. Interchange the first helping verb and the subject mentioned, that is will occupies the first place and it is followed by we. Will we, bring have as it is have, and the remaining part of the sentence to be written as it is: have written a novel, and do not forget to end it with a question mark. So finally we got it. We will have written a novel as a positive sentence. We will not have written a novel as a negative sentence. Will we have written a novel as a questioning sentence. Okay. Last but not least, in this area we are going to do something with you. Even with you, I am going to give you one more example. You will have written a novel. When you include yourself, you are giving the statement with you, and to convert this into negative sentence, it becomes: you will not have written a novel. And coming to negative questioning sentence, very simple, just interchange these two places. Will you have written a novel? The same strategy we followed for the three respective subjects that are asked for us here. Okay students, so from this it's very clear for you that when a sentence is given in a respective perfect tense, you can easily convert them into a positive, negative and a questioning sentences. Okay.